Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ashley and I'm the Wayward Stitcher, and I'm coming to you finally from Nova Scotia, Canada. The move has been pretty crazy, and if you hear any vehicles or birds, I really apologize. We live on a highway, and outside is really the only place that I have that I can film. It's pretty crazy in the house and there's not a whole lot of space, so plus lighting is really also an issue there. So I thought I would bring everything outside today because it's a beautiful sunny fall afternoon, and yeah, I figured I would just enjoy the weather while we still can. So how has everybody been? I hope everybody has had a good stitchy time since the last time I posted a video. My stitchy bug has been actually insane since we moved. I have not missed a day of stitching in I think like 3 weeks. So we've been here for a little over a month, and we'll actually have been here a month on my birthday, which was on the 5th of this month. So we've been about a month and a week staying here, which has been amazing. We've done so many exciting things. We've been to the wildlife park here out in a place called Shubenacadie, and we've been to the beach. We've had a hurricane, and now the squirrels are going to start acting up, so I really apologize if you hear that, and the dogs are going to start barking, because dogs and squirrels, you know. Anyway, so a little bit more about our trip. So we left Ontario on the Sunday, so the 4th, and then we arrived here in Nova Scotia on the 5th of September. And the drive out was really actually a lot better than I expected that it was going to be. I drove, I would say 75% of the time, which surprised even me because I have anxiety in the car really bad as a passenger, and so I thought maybe if I drove my anxiety wouldn't act up. Well, I was 100% correct on that, and I had medication just in case, but I didn't really need it. I was able to drive all the way through Ontario and to Quebec. We stopped at Montreal to see a friend of ours, and we had dinner with him, and then my boyfriend drove from Montreal to New Brunswick, and in New Brunswick we kind of swapped off, and then I drove the rest of the way here. So it was really a nice drive. I really didn't sleep much. We stopped, I think, at one point for like an hour to rest, and then we just drove the rest of the way. You know, you stop a lot for gas, and so we made it in plenty of good time. And yeah, so we've been, like I said, busy. Beach, wildlife park. We've been to Halifax. We live about an hour away from Halifax, and so that's not much of a drive for us to go there, to go to the mall or to go to Costco, which we do now. We are Costco members, so that's really exciting, because Costco really does have amazing deals sometimes. So yeah, we've been to Halifax a handful of times now, and well, I guess Costco is like outside of Halifax, not quite in Halifax, but it's yeah, so we've done that a couple times, which is, Costco is always exciting. A lot of people, but it's always exciting to go. And you know, we got my library membership. We finally got the new plates on our car, and we got our new driver's licenses and stuff, and we're just kind of now in the area of getting our health cards swapped over and everything like that. So we've been busy with all that kind of stuff, a lot of paperwork. And you know, we just had our car at the shop for the first time since we were here for its first oil change, because, you know, we have a new car. So yeah, and you guys might hear blue jays quite often. If I'm outside filming, we have blue jays out here like there's nobody's business. In my boyfriend's mom's yard, they're flying back and forth constantly, and it's crazy because I'm not used to seeing that volume of like blue jays. Like we got them in Ontario obviously, but just not in the same number as here. It's crazy. And the deer here, there's so many, and they're so brave. They're in people's yards all the time. Like, you drive through town and the deer are just walking along in the parking lots. Like, it's so crazy out here. Like, I can't even believe it. It's kind of funny though. So like every time we go to bingo once a week, or like every other week, and when we come home from bingo, there's deer everywhere. Like everywhere. Because we come home around 10 o'clock at night, so it's already dark, so the deer are always out grazing. And like I said, they're in people's yards, and they're walking along the sidewalks and stuff, so it's crazy. I've seen more deer in the month that I've been here than I ever saw in my entire life living in Ontario. It's like, it's crazy. But it's really great because I love being able to see all the wildlife. And I even saw my first bald eagle the other day. We took the dog to the groomers and it like flew in front of the car, and I was like, oh my god, it's a wild eagle, which was crazy. Because we just don't see that in Ontario. So I mean, I'd seen an eagle before that, obviously at the wildlife sanctuary or whatever that they have here, the wildlife park, and that's different because they're in captivity, right? So to see a wild one just fly in front of your car, you're like, holy crap. Yeah, it's been amazing out here, and my stress levels have decreased so much. It's beautiful out here. I love it. It's so quiet and calm, and the people out here are so amazing and nice. Yeah, it's just been amazing. I've been having the time of my life out here, and yeah, and I go to the library like once or twice a week to just hang out there and do some stitching. It's nice and quiet. There's hardly anybody there ever, even during the week. Like, there's no students really there, you know, so it's been amazing. And I've been doing a lot of reading because I've been borrowing books from the library like there's nobody's business, and so like I've been very busy. I've been doing things, and surprisingly staying off my video games, more or less. The only time I allow myself video games is after supper, and that's sometimes. So maybe twice a week I'll sit down after supper and play some video games, and all my other time is either spent with family or stitching. So yeah, but it's really been the best experience I've ever had. The first couple weeks were rough, as far as, you know, missing my friends and everybody else that I left in Ontario, but overall I've been feeling like a whole different person, and I've just been feeling a whole lot better. So yeah, everything's been good. I'm good. We're all good. My boyfriend and his daughter are working, and everything's good there. So yeah, I probably might pick up working, but it might not be till spring. We just kind of have to see how things go with everyone else's work right now, because we only have the one vehicle, and with my boyfriend and his daughter both working, and it takes like 15 minutes to drive into town, it's kind of difficult to figure out how all three of us would get back and forth to work with one car. So, oh, beautiful blue jay flying by. Oh my gosh, they're everywhere. I can't get over it. Anyway, I have some stitching to show you guys today, obviously, which is why I'm here. I have a finish, which some of you by now will have seen on Instagram. And just a couple of other little things. I have some finishing material here that I bought that I'd like to show you guys. And then I'm going to roughly touch on what my plans are for the next couple of weeks, probably before the American Thanksgiving, which is in November. So yeah, let us get started, and I will show you guys my finish first, and I really hope that everything shows up okay for you guys out here. It's really quite bright, so I'm hoping that things show up okay, and that nothing's like crazy washed out or anything. But just bear with me. It's the best I have right now. Alright, so my finish that I have to show you guys, now mind you, this is not FFO'd at all, it's just a finish, is my Mill Hill, if I can speak English, my Mill Hill Taboo Kitty, which was part of the Fall into Mill Hill that was hosted by Cat Talks and Morgan at, now I just watched her first Flosstube this morning and it has already escaped me what her channel name is, but I will link that stuff in the description box below. So Morgan and Kat both hosted this Fall into Mill Hill stitch along, which I participated in and managed a finish in 6 days. So this is Taboo Kitty, and he was super fun stitch to do. And here, I'll just put him. The beads are amazing. I had so much fun with this little stitch. I like could hardly put it down, honestly. And I am in love with the little star that's on it too. Here. I had fun adding that on as well. So that was great fun. And then what I've been working on predominantly since I got here before my birthday, which was when I started that Mill Hill. So I started Taboo Kitty on my birthday, which was the 5th of October. And then I finished him 2 days ago. So I stitched him from the 5th to the 11th, I think. I finished him on the 11th. But up until that point, like since like the first day we got here until yesterday, I've also been working on the Honeybee Mill Hill from Buttons and Beads, which is a stitch along that Calico Whimsy and myself were doing. And this is how far I've gotten. So I've put all the back stitching in the flowers. And I have most of the bee finished except his wings, obviously. So I've been, if you can see, I've been filling in the background. I started working on this side where the lighter yellow colors is coming in. And I added the charm already, so that's on there. With a button, I guess. I don't want to say charm, but it's a button. And yeah, I've really been enjoying this one as well. And I'm really working hard towards getting a finish on it too. Hopefully by the end of this month this will be finished. I'm kind of working slowly at it and trying not to force myself through it because I love Mill Hill kits and I always want to be working on one, so I'm just gonna put a few stitches in on it every day and just take my time. I do have another Mill Hill kit to do after this one. It's the Hummingbird one. I don't have it on hand. I should have brought it out. But that's another one that I'm going to be stitching once this one's finished. So I'm going to maybe try to always have a Mill Hill on the go. It might not be a big one, but I'll always have a Mill Hill on the go, which will be nice. So really enjoying that one. And then what I've been working on today is my Hummingbirds and Rhododendrons project, which is from Kustom Krafts. This beautiful piece here. So this is going to be a gift for my boyfriend's mother. Not necessarily for her birthday or Christmas, just a gift because she absolutely loves hummingbirds. So I've been working on that today. And this is where I currently am at. So today I was working on the stem and then adding that color in this side as well. The lighting's not going to agree with me today, but anyways, I've been really enjoying stitching on this a little bit. I now have my own stitchy spot again with the couch and my Lowry stand and everything, so I'm happy to be back in a situation where I can be working on something like this and put my hoop on it and just go to town. So, and then this is being stitched, I'm like back into that again. This is being stitched on 18 count Fiddlers cloth or Fiddlers Aida, and it's Calico's fault that I decided that I want to stitch on this because I remember there used to be a time where she like stitched everything on this stuff, and I agree there's a lot of projects that lend themselves to this type of fabric. So yeah, I really love that. And then so my before I show you guys my little bit of haul, if you want to call it that, I'm just going to show you my plans. Oh, there's a wasp. Please go away. I don't like wasps. I don't like wasps. If I ignore him, he'll go away. And he did. So my plans for the next couple weeks are obviously to continue working on the hummingbirds, as well as I'm going to be starting out again on my Max Color Tiger Family in the Jungle by Patrik Krasny, which is a Heaven and Earth Designs chart, which was enabled to me by Darren the Dizzy Stitcher. Of course, his project is like crazy. He's got like all this stitched, and he's working down in the cubs right now. So I'm only in this top corner, but I do want to work my way down to the toucan and get him finished, so that I can, you know, say I have a mini finish. And then of course there's all little things here. There's like this butterfly and this lorikeet here. There's a couple of lorikeets there or whatever that, you know, once you get there and you finish them, you'll feel like you're finishing something small, right? So, and then I'll just show you guys as a refresher where I am with that. So I don't know if I can't remember if I mentioned it in previous videos, but I did attempt to swap this over to the Royal Rose method. I don't particularly care for it. It's too many parked threads for my liking, and now there's a beetle on my project. It looks like a ladybug, but it's actually a beetle. So, shoo, thank you. But this is currently where I am with that. And so I don't know if the Royal Rose is really for me or not. It's touch and go, right? I really don't know what to think of it. Yeah, just too many dangly threads for me. Plus the back is an absolute disaster, because of course with Max Color charts you get a lot of confetti, right? So I don't know if I'm gonna stick with this or if I'm gonna go back to my cross country, because I mean the bulk is what it is, but I don't want it to ever warp the fabric or anything crazy like that. So I think I'll just go back to getting back into it and, you know, stitching up all the parked threads and getting everything kind of, you know, fixed up. So yeah, I will, and like I said, this is a fairly, I had that sideways, didn't I? I was showing it to you guys like this. It goes like this. I just realized it's sideways. Yeah, it goes like this. So yeah, really hoping that I can fix that up. And it's a very, I think I've showed you guys before, but it's a very large project, because it's the normal Max Color. Obviously I didn't go supersize because I'm not crazy. I'm crazy enough for doing Max Color, honestly, but yeah, just the regular version of the chart in Max Color format. And then, because winter's coming up again very soon, I do want to bring back out my Blue Jays by Riolis, which of course was another stitch along that I did with Calico and Cat Talks, because I just love those girls. Anything that they're stitching, I want to be stitching it too. Like, stop enabling me, stop making me want to join everything. I love you girls though, I really do. However, this is where I am with that project at the current moment, and so hopefully if I can get back to this, I might do a rotation, a loose one, and, you know, take a day or two to stitch on the hummingbirds, take a day or two to stitch on my Hade, and then a day or two to stitch on the Blue Jays, and then, you know, of course the Mill Hill in between there to kind of, another Blue Jay just flew by, and so yeah, I want to try to maybe focus on a project for a day or two at a time and then swap out so I don't get bored, but then also kind of stick the Mill Hill in there every once in a while to kind of get more progress on it so I can get it finished as well. So my goals really for the rest of the year is to finish the Mill Hill kit, maybe finish this if I'm lucky. If I'm lucky, I could finish this. And to put a serious dent in the hummingbirds, maybe get myself to half completion, and then, because then maybe for Mother's Day next year I could have it finished. And then the other goal is to maybe get a page finish on my Aida. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but I'm gonna try, because I won't be working and I'll have a lot of time to sit and stitch, so hopefully that will work out. And then, if you guys remember last year, I think it was last year, because I don't have very many finishes this year. I think I've only got 2. Last year I finished the Nightmare Before Coffee chart, which is by someone I can't really remember. Once I find out who it was, I'll put it in the description box below. But that Nightmare Before Coffee cross stitch that I did, my goal or my thought process on finishing that, like fully finishing it, is to do a flat fold. And I did purchase some Halloween fabric for that. Isn't this cute? It has a very Halloween Town vibe to it, does it not? Yeah, that's kind of what my boyfriend thought when we saw it, because we have a place here called Fabricland or Fabricville, something like that. And yeah, they have sales on all the time, and they have a huge selection, and I just couldn't help picking this one up. I was actually looking for Nightmare Before Christmas themed fabric, but they didn't have any. So they have some licensed fabric, but Nightmare Before Christmas wasn't one of them. So, and I'm not like a stickler and saying like I have to have that kind of fabric for it. So anyways, and then I got some Halloween ribbon, wired ribbon. Isn't that cute? I hate spiders, but it's so cute. That I want to like make bows with to put on other projects. So the flat fold might get a bow, or I have this chart. It's called Boo, and it was a Ursula Michael designs from one of the last few years, a couple years ago, from the Halloween ornament issue. I stitched it, and it's like in a circular hoop right now, so my thought was to make a bow out of this and then put it at the top to kind of hide the screw for the top of the hoop. So I don't know, but I got a couple of little Halloween themed things to try to finish up some things. I don't know when I'm going to be able to finish those things. I need space and time and all that kind of stuff, so we'll see. And then my boyfriend the other day bought me this super cute pair of scissors. They're just DMC scissors, but they're super cute. You can see that. They're very beautiful, and I love them. They're quite stiff still, because obviously they're new, but once they loosen up a bit, I'm sure they'll be great scissors. They're nice and sharp. I probably shouldn't point them that way at myself, right? Stab myself in the eye. I already sliced my finger open the other day, trying to cut myself a bun for lunch. Anyway, and then my boyfriend's mother was teasing me. She's like, "You're not trusted with knives now." I'm like, okay. So anyways, they're really cute scissors. They're DMC, but they work perfectly fine. I really love them. And yeah, so that's it for me, guys. If you guys have any questions at all about the move, or what Nova Scotia is like out here, or if you have any other questions, like stitchy questions, or if you live out here in Nova Scotia and you want to be stitchy buddies and you want to get together and chat and stitch and stuff, just shoot me a message. We can meet somewhere for sure and have a good time, because I'm always looking for that kind of stuff out here. I like to get out of the house and not be driven crazy. So yeah, so if you guys are into that kind of thing, be sure to message me. You guys can hit me up on Instagram. You can just comment down below if you have any questions. I think maybe this time I might also add in my email in case you guys want to email me or anything. And yeah, so that's going to be it for me, guys, and I hope to see you again in a couple of weeks. Bye!